Hi guys, this is Drew here. I'm going to do my first video care sheet here. I'm doing one for baby toads, so just any American toad, no fire bellies. Can't do spadefoots for this either. They're more scrubby, arid type. This is more of a woodland tank. So, sorry, I accidentally already started the video. But basically, there are your supplies right there. Okay, yeah, you have all that stuff. And then the cooler is just a stand. I already put the soil in there. It's just, the substrate is just additive-free mulch. You gotta make sure it's additive-free. Okay, your toads will die. Wait, by the way, this care sheet applies to baby toads. Babies. So, the container I used is just a clear storage tote from Walmart. You can get it at Target or Costco or wherever. You could also use a glass tank. There's a 10-gallon tank with a 5.5-gallon inside of it, or a custom plastic tank, or any size critter keeper. They all work fine. Okay, so we have the soil in there. It's important to have at least two inches in there. Toads burrow a lot, so you're gonna want a good layer of substrate in there. So the next thing the toads are going to need is water. What I did is I just got I'm getting creative, got creative with the water. Just pull away some of the dirt here. And by the way, I didn't have food. I don't have the toads yet. I haven't picked them up yet. I'll do a video when I get them. I'll introduce them, put them into a tank, put them in here. But, so basically, we have our water dish here. It's a very shallow, with baby toads, they don't swim well. It's the same with the adult toads. But, so I'm using you need a very shallow water dish. I used the top of a tackle box. It was like a crappie kit or something. I'm a big fisherman, so it's about a 1/4 inch deep, maybe. Okay, so you just put some tap water, pond water in there or something. I don't know, did you see that? And by the way, I don't have food for them yet, but there's plenty. When you get if you get your mulch from outside and you know it's additive free, you should find all kinds of little worms and bugs and stuff in it. So as long as there's nothing harmful to the toads in it, you should be fine. They should be able to eat those, but that doesn't mean you still have to feed them. You can feed them fruit flies when they're anything under an inch can be fed captive raised fruit flies. Anything an inch, when they get 1 inch to 2 inches, pinhead crickets, and then from there you can go with earthworms and larger crickets. Okay, so next thing I'm going to put in the tank here is a piece of bark, cool looking piece of bark. It's got some moss on it, it's like a cave kind of. So I'm just going to bury this in here a little bit so they can go under it like a cave, like that. And toads really like to hide during the day. They're not going to be out too much. They're nocturnal creatures, so they're gonna want a lot of places to hide. So you can provide it with a piece of bark. I have 2 logs here. Don't think they're going to fit, so I'll put the smaller one here. And we can... You don't want a log. It's a good thing. And when they're adults, you can keep up to, I would say when they're adults, you can keep, I'd say up to 5 in this size container. Okay, it's about 20 gallons, so it's pretty big. This can house at least 100 baby toads. The tanks over there, these are going to hold a lot less, no more than 50 in the 10-gallon, and it's going to decrease a lot. So the last thing we're going to get here is just some plants here. You got to make sure they're not toxic, so if you collect your baby toads, which is what I'm doing, just get the plants from where you get the toads from, because there's a lot of dead toads, don't get the plants from there. As you'll know, the plants are toxic. So we're gonna just, you can put live plants in here. They're not gonna do much when the toads are babies, but if they're adult toads, make sure you get make sure your toads are not active, or hold your plants down. Hold the plants down with something, because they will definitely knock over and uproot all your plants. So there you go. You have a nice toad tank right there. It's good for up to 100 baby toads or 5 adults. You have some additive-free mulch again in the bottom, just to go over supplies again. You have a log, a cool-looking piece of bark right there. I have some nice plants. And then you have a water dish. One more thing about the water dish is that all the toads need to comfortably be able to soak in there. Or at least half of the toads need to be able to comfortably soak themselves in the water dish. So you need a big, shallow water dish because they cannot swim well. They're horrible swimmers. So I do not have the toads yet, but I will post another video when I get the toads. Okay, that probably won't be for probably about another week or so. So next Saturday, probably. So yeah, here you have it. Your baby toad tank. Alright, this is Drew here, signing out.